Hi, my name is Ward Miller, and I want to thank you for stopping by here today. I'm going to quickly share with you a little bit about Ambit Energy. Ambit was introduced to me by my brother-in-law back in 2006. At the time, I really thought I was too busy because I owned and operated my own real estate business. At that time, I'd get up each day at 5 o'clock in the morning to get that business started, and then I wouldn't get home till 6 or 7, sometimes 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock at night after I was done showing properties, negotiating contracts, closing transactions, and just everything it takes to run your own real estate business. I don't know how it is at your house at 5 o'clock in the morning, but at my house at 5 o'clock in the morning, I was the only person awake. I didn't really care for that too terribly much. And then when I got home in the evening, we had two little kids, and they were already in bed or they were quickly headed that way. And I kind of felt out like I was missing out on them growing up a little bit. So I made a choice, I made a decision to go ahead and get my Ambit business started. I was really only able to work Ambit on a very part-time and limited basis in the beginning because I had to keep working my real estate business. I had to keep that income coming in. So what I did was I carved out pockets of time, 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, and a half an hour here, an hour here and there. And over time, not overnight, but over time, my Ambit business began to grow and grow and grow to the point where I no longer have to get up each day at 5 a.m. I now get to get up each day when the kids wake me. I get to have breakfast with them. After I have breakfast with them, I get to take them to school. And then after I take them to school, I actually get to come back home. So really what I'm trying to share with you is that Ambit has allowed me to buy back my time. It's really allowed me to buy back my life so I can spend it with the people I care for the most and then help other people just like you build your Ambit business. So along the way, as I was building the business and helping other people, I was able to be on the cover of Success from Home magazine 3 different times. So this is the Making Millionaires edition. Here's the Take Charge edition. And then here's our 10-year anniversary edition with many of the top income earners in Ambit Energy. You know, folks, I want you to think about this. How many of these states or countries do you know at least one person in? There's California, Connecticut, Delaware, Illinois, Indiana, Massachusetts, Maryland, Maine, New Hampshire, New Jersey, New York, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Rhode Island, Texas, Virginia, Washington, D.C., then there's Canada, and inside Canada, specifically Alberta, and then there's the whole country of Japan. And the reason why I asked that question is how many of these states or countries do you know at least one person in? Because if you know people in at least one of these markets, that's significant because you already know people in the markets where we're doing business, where we've got operations, where we're expanding in those markets. So that is great news for you. So most people, when I show them this, they get pretty excited about it. They get excited when they find out that they can partner up with a billion-dollar company. They can tie a portion of their income to a commodity that's habitually used and unconsciously purchased day after day after day. Think about it, folks. People use electricity 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I don't know anybody that left home and unplugged their refrigerator. It just doesn't happen. You know, you can probably look around the room you're in right now, and there's little red lights, blue lights, and green lights. Some of those lights stay on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. But you know what? There's just some people that just don't get that, and that's okay. You know, typically they're the people that just rather sit around, you know, watch TV, surf the internet, and just not do anything positive in a financial manner for their family and for themselves. But if you're the type of person that likes to take action, then I've got something for you to take a look at. Let me share with you a little bit about the company. Ambit Energy was awarded by Inc. magazine as the #1 fastest privately growing company in America. Man, that is super, super exciting. That happened back in 2010. If you look up here on the screen, you can see that that year Ambit did nearly 20,000% growth. We've done about $325 million in revenue that year. Why is that interesting? Well, look at this. When Microsoft came out on the Inc. 500 list, their first year back was in 1984 that they were able to be on the list, and they came out as the number 80th fastest growing company in America. Ambit came out as the #1 fastest growing privately held company in America. You can see that Microsoft did about $50 million in sales, where Ambit had done $325 million in sales that year. So exciting times are here at Ambit. If you read the article inside Inc. magazine, you can see our CEO right there. That's Jerry Thompson Jr. Jerry says we could have grown even bigger and faster, but he purposely controlled the growth of the company. He didn't want us to grow too big, too fast, and drown in that tidal wave of data that comes in when companies grow big and fast. And Jerry, in his own right, has a great pedigree, great business pedigree. His family, his grandfather started the Southland Corporation. You and I know that all as 7-Eleven. Jerry's family owned every single 7-Eleven around the world at one time. Today, there's over 50,000 7-Elevens around the world. There's more 7-Elevens than there are Starbucks or McDonald's. And to this day, 7-Eleven is still the single largest retail franchise opportunity in the world. But certainly, since 2010, we've continued to grow and grow. Jerry has certainly released the reins, and we now do well over $1 billion a year in revenue, and that's going to continue to grow and grow into the foreseeable future. All right, so when you start doing the right things right, you start winning all types of awards and accolades. You can see on the top left-hand side of the screen, year after year, we've been awarded by the Dallas Morning News as one of the best places to work. You could even add the year 2017 onto that as well. The SMU Cox School of Business each year gives out their fastest growing company in North Texas. Ambit won that award in 2009 and 2010. The reason why that's significant is Ambit is the only company to ever win that back-to-back. And our CEO, Jerry Thompson, is the only CEO to win it with two different companies. He had started his own company back in the 90s called Caprock Communications, and that company at one time was valued at over $500 million. So he absolutely knows what he's doing. If you look at the bottom left-hand side, I already mentioned Success from Home magazine. That's Jerry Thompson and our co-founder, one of our co-founders, Chris Chambliss. Chris comes from the telecommunications industry. Chris is probably one of a handful, if not the only person in the world that's ever taken two companies from $0 in revenue to over $1 billion in revenue in 7 years or less. He's an absolute marketing guru, and we're super excited that he has partnered up with Jerry to help us bring this opportunity. So, Inc. 500, I've already gone over that. Then there's the Direct Selling News. It's a publication of the Direct Selling Association. The Direct Selling Association has been around for over 100 years. It's a Washington, D.C. based lobbying group that helps lobby on behalf of home business owners. Well, each year they put out their top 100 companies, the 100 largest companies around the world. And each year, in the last few years, Ambit has been in the top 20. Our goal is to get in the top 10 very soon and all the way up to number 1, which I believe we can do here in the next several years. So when you start doing the right things right, you keep on winning awards. Here's the J.D. Power & Associates highest in customer satisfaction award. We've won numerous of the awards for taking great care of our customers. So you can see here on the screen, there's numerous awards and accolades. You can see that we've done well over $1 billion. We did that in our 7th full year in business. We were ranked number 1 on the Inc. 500. We have well over 1 million customers, and you can see many of the other different awards right there as well. Like I mentioned, Ambit did over $1 billion in our 7th year in business. That's pretty amazing. It's not done that often in American business history. If you look up here on the screen, you can see some other companies that you may recognize. You can look there. It took Dell Computers about 9 years to get to the $1 billion mark. Apple, 8. Took only Ambit about 7 years. Yahoo, JetBlue Airways, Office Depot, Google, Amazon, Priceline, and Groupon. And if you look at those 4 fastest companies, Google, Amazon, Priceline, and Groupon, those companies, when they started, they were all internet-based companies. And when the flip of the switch, they had worldwide operations from day one. When Ambit started, we were only in parts of Texas, and then we've expanded from there over the years. So let's talk about it. How do you make money with Ambit? Well, Ambit supplies electricity and natural gas in many different markets across the United States, Canada, and Japan. And we look forward to expanding even more into the future. You know, folks, when you're taking a look at a business, you want to find out how you can make money in it. So let's hop right into it. When you first get started with Ambit, Ambit wants you to go out and gather 2 or 3 customers, just depending on the market where you are. So you go out and gather those first 2 or 3 customers. Ambit's going to pay you a $100 bonus. here's the exciting news. You may be able to be your own customer. So you have a meter at your house, that counts. Maybe you have an office in town and you pay the electricity meter for that. Well, that could count too. That could be 2 of your customers as well. So when you gather that first $100 bonus, that is significant. That's important because this is a business and not a job. So just like with many businesses, there's all types of licensing and certifications that are needed. Think about this. If you wanted to have a food truck selling lunch downtown, you would probably have to get a permit from the city costing you hundreds and hundreds of dollars on a regular basis. I know when I started my real estate business, I had to get my real estate license. It literally cost me thousands of dollars. But here at Ambit, to become certified with Ambit, it's only a $75 one-time investment in your business. You never have to pay that again. So that's exciting. And that's $24.95 a month. That's for your business building suite of websites. There's all types of promotional materials in there that you can use for your business. One of my favorite things is Ambit University. You can log in there 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and many of our $1 million income earners are in there teaching you how to build your Ambit business. So when you first get started, you get your first 2 or 3 customers out of the way, you earn that first $100 bonus, and then the next thing you want to do is find a couple people that want to be in business with you, people that you know that aren't afraid to go out and make some money. So let me share with you how that looked for me. When I first got started, I invited my dad, my brother, some friends from high school, some friends from college, and some coworkers to take a look at what we're doing here at Ambit. Some of them came on board. So let's take a look up here on the screen. So that's you in the top left-hand corner. And then underneath there, you see 2 orange people. Let's say the one on the left, that's Mary. You show this business to Mary. Mary takes a look at it. She says, heck yeah, I can do this. Mary comes on board. She goes out and gathers her first 2 or 3 customers. She gets $100. But since you helped Mary get started, you get a matching $100 as well. Then on the right-hand side, that's John. You show this business to John. John says, yeah, I can do this. He comes on board. He gathers his first 2 or 3 customers. He makes $100, and now you've made a matching $100 as well. So in this scenario, you went and got your customers. Mary and John each got their customers. You got $100 for helping Mary get started. You got $100 for helping John get started. Now you've earned a total of $300. The last time I checked, on a $100 investment, getting $300 back, that's a profit, and that's a good thing in business. So you help Mary and John get started. In our business, we have a mantra called 526. You've already gotten your first few customers out of the way, which is the 5. The 2 is helping Mary and John get started. Those are your 2 personally sponsored consultants. And then you want to have a total of 6 consultants on your team. When you do that, you automatically get promoted to what we call regional consultant. What I like about the regional consultant level is it comes with an additional bonus, and this is where the power of leverage kicks in. So if you look on the screen there, let's say those first 2 guys there in that orange column there, let's see, that's Bill and Stan. Bill and Stan come into your business. They each gather a couple of customers. They get $100 each. But now, since you're the regional consultant, you get an additional $55 bonus. This time you now get $155. $155 for helping Bill get started, $155 for helping Stan get started when they each gather their first few customers. Now Bill and Stan get started and they start building their business. They start adding other people to the organization. As those people start gathering customers down on your 2nd, 3rd, 4th levels below Bill and Stan, down unlimited levels, every time somebody comes in and gets their first few customers, you're going to get a $55 bonus every single time. Unlimited levels. You may not know these people down there, but you love them because every time they go out and get their first few customers, you get an additional $55 bonus. For just doing a few more things, you get promoted to the senior consultant level. If you like earning checks with commas in it, I recommend you get to the senior consultant level as fast as possible. So here's what happens. You show this business to your friend Susan. Susan takes a look at this, says, heck yeah, I can do this. She comes on board. She gathers her first 2 or 3 customers, depending on the market that she's in. And she's going to get a $100 bonus, but you get $235. Now, as Susan begins to build the business and new consultants come into her business and they get their first few customers, they get a $100 bonus and you get up to $135 down unlimited levels every time somebody comes into your business. The next level is executive consultant. It's just more money on top of more money. And you can see what the figures are there for the national consultant level. Now listen, the first time I saw this, I didn't understand how all the money works. And you know what, folks? You don't have to know every single detail about how it works. A friend told me one time, hey, you know what, Ward? The more you do it, the more they're going to pay you. The more customers you gather, the more money they're going to pay you. The more consultants that you help get started, the more money they're going to pay you. You know, I moved from the city out to the country many years ago, and to this day, I still can't understand how a black cow can eat green grass and give off white milk. I just know the milk is good, and so are the checks that Ambit sends you. They're good. Cash them and stick them in the bank. All these bonuses that you're seeing here on the screen, they're triggered by customers paying their bills each month. And when that happens, Ambit shares a portion of that with you month after month after month. So if you look up here, here's some monthly income potential. It's never going to work out exactly like this is on the screen here, but I wanted to give you an example. So that's you in the top left-hand corner. The company wants you to go out and gather 20 customers over time. Not overnight, but over time. Why 20? Well, I haven't mentioned this before, but when you get 15 electricity customers, Ambit's going to take an average of those 15 customers and give you that credit on your bill every month. Basically, it's what we call free energy. So month after month after month, you get that credit. You don't have to go get 15 customers every month. You go get 15 customers one time, and then as they pay their bill month after month after month, you get that credit. So if you look here on the screen, you go gather 20 customers, the company's going to pay you what looks to be like $1 plus your free electricity. So I don't know what it looks like on your bill, on your supply side of your bill, whether it's $50 or $100 a month or $200 a month. Everybody's different, but imagine that portion of that bill being wiped away. So that's just a perk of being in the business. But what the company wants you to do is to go get 20 customers. Like I said, not overnight, but over time. Then they want you to find 3 people, just 3 people that are looking to make some extra money. You probably know 3 people that are ambitious, they're good hard workers, but maybe they're underpaid and they're just looking to make some extra money. You want to find those 3 people, and that would be those 3 consultants on your first level. MCs, if you look at that column right there, that stands for marketing consultants. So on level 1, you put in 3 marketing consultants. We're going to teach them to each go out and gather 3 customers. Why 3 customers? Because that'll help them get their first $100. And then we're going to start to duplicate. We're going to teach those 3 marketing consultants to go find 3 other people that would like to make some money. And that would put 9 consultants on level 2. Those 9 consultants each go gather 3 customers. You'd have 27 customers. And you can see how the math begins to duplicate. And over time, not overnight, you'd have over 3,000 consultants in your business and almost 9,900 customers. And it all adds up. It would pay you $11,758 month in, month out, month after month after month. And this is where I like to stop and talk a minute about financial freedom. For most people, not everybody, but for most people, if they had $11,700 a month coming into their account month after month after month, whether they worked for it or not, that would be financial freedom for most people. $11,700 a month for most people would pay all their house bills. I'm talking about their mortgage, their car payment, their insurance, any loans they have out for student loans, any medical expenses. In fact, if we took this number and cut it in half, let's call it $5,500, for most people in America, $5,500 a month would cover all their bills. Now let's just take it one step further and see what it looks like if everybody were to go gather 10 customers. In that previous example I shared with you that everybody had gathered 3 customers. Look at this. So in this example, we're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to go out and gather 20 customers, and then you're going to help 3 people get started in the business, 3 marketing consultants, people that you know that aren't afraid to go make some money. They're hard workers. Maybe they're just underpaid and are looking for an opportunity. Maybe they're looking for a hand up to try something new to add additional income into their life. So 3 consultants, you gather 3 consultants. You have 9 on the second level. But this time, we're going to teach them all to go gather 10 customers. Folks, it'll never work out as perfectly shown here on the screen, but just imagine if it did. Some people are going to go out and get 1 or 2 customers. Some people are going to go get no customers, but then you're going to have those people that are going to go get 20 and 30 customers or even more. So as it adds up, you can see again, you'd have 3,279 consultants and over 32,000 customers. Folks, there's people in this business that have way more than 32,000 customers. There's people with hundreds of thousands of customers within their organization. In this example, it would be over $39,000 a month, month in, month out, month after month after month. Folks, for most people, that's absolutely financial freedom. So, if that's all there was, I was all in at that point. But then the company shared this portion with me. And I want to share with you that this is a wealth building slide. Ambit, as you begin to build your business and promote through the compensation plan, is going to give you an additional bonus per customer per month. So you get up here to the regional consultant level, Ambit is going to pay you an additional quarter per customer per month to every customer that's in your regional consultant business. As you promote up to senior consultant, it's up to 50 cents per customer per month. At the executive consultant level, it's an additional 75 cents per customer per month. And then at the national consultant level, it's up to $1 per customer per month. So I want you to think about it for a moment. Let's say you're a senior consultant, you build a business that has over 10,000 customers in that business. What if you were earning an additional 50 cents per customer per month, month after month after month, on top of everything I've already shown you? Folks, this is absolutely a wealth building slide when you begin to understand it. So what do I recommend? Hey, is that you go ahead and get started. This is not a business of, hey, you go do it. It's a business of, let's go do it. We work together as a team, and I look forward to working with you and helping you. I'm sure that many people may still have a few questions, so be sure to get back with the person that invited you to watch this presentation. This presentation is for all our Ambit friends to use. But be sure to get back with the person that invited you to take a look at your Ambit business. And I'll share this one last point with you. I started this business back in 2006. That first year in business, I went out and gathered some customers, just some people that did me a favor and saved some money on their electric bill. To this day, nearly 12 years later, I still get paid on customers that I gathered month after month after month. If you stop to think about that, that's pretty powerful, doing something one time and getting paid on it over and over and over again. Also, back in 2006, I invited some people to take a look at what we're doing here at Ambit. Some people I thought that weren't afraid to go make some money. Some people like my dad, my brother, some friends from high school, some friends from college, and some coworkers. And some of them came on board. And in turn, they gathered other consultants who gathered other consultants who gathered other consultants. And that group of consultants back in 2006 went out and gathered some customers. And to this day, again, nearly 12 years later, I still get paid month after month after month on customers that were gathered by that group back in 2006. Folks, that is super, super powerful. I like to share with people, it's kind of like having a little oil well in your backyard that just keeps pumping and pumping and pumping to help pay all the bills. So folks, get back with the person that invited you to watch this presentation. Thank you for taking a look, and I look forward to helping you build an amazing business here at Ambit Energy.